Hi there, welcome back to Jungu Josh. Today's episode, learn a secret language. Jungu Josh is about the trials and tribulations contained in the 3-book adventure series that I wrote, but there's also an interactive world on jungujosh.com. It follows the story of the 13-year-old Josh Magrier who lives in London with his mother, but now he's in Africa in the jungles, a bit lost, a bit tired, but with the help of a couple of friends, Charlie, Njeri and Ngandu, he might fend off his attackers and play a central role in combating an evil force on its way from the east. Today we're going to talk about the secret language spoken in Kalambula, this magical valley where Josh finds himself. Now there are 3 big tribes in Kalambula, the Maganians, the Achubians and the Shungos. The Maganians are the biggest group and they are very friendly, hospitable. The Achubians, a bit more mysterious and ancient people. And then the Shungos are the traders, the business people. We're going to focus on the Maganians, yes, because they are the largest group, but also because most of the central characters in the Jungu Josh series are Maganian, and they speak the Magani language. It's also the lingua franca, the language that is used between the different tribes. And the great thing is, I created this fictional language called Magani, and I also developed a dictionary available online on jungujosh.com. This means you can learn Magani from scratch, talk it fluently with your friends, and nobody else will understand. And maybe you'll also be inspired to create your own language in future. Now, how did I create Magani? It didn't fall from the sky. It's actually quite difficult to create a new language, but there are some key things that you can take into consideration. The first is you need 1 or 2 or even more foundational languages just to give you that basis to work from. Now, I used Swahili, which is spoken widely in East Africa. It's seen as the mother language of most African languages, as well as Kinyarwanda for the vocabulary. Here and there I refer to Sesotho, spoken in South Africa, as well as isiZulu, but mostly the foundational languages were Kinyarwanda and Swahili. And in terms of the grammar, I was a bit cheeky. I used mainly Afrikaans as a foundational language. And now you might ask why, because it differs so much from other African languages, especially in terms of grammar and vocabulary. The reason I used Afrikaans is because it is my mother tongue and because I've got a soft spot for the language because the Jungu Josh story was born out of Afrikaans and now it's developed into all these other versions of Josh's story. And we're going to look at an example of the grammar a bit later in this episode. And so you use these foundational languages for the grammar, for the vocabulary, and then it's very important to have a good ear and when you create the language, the different words, to listen to how it sounds when it's spoken. What's the ring to it? And so it comes down to phonetics. You have to make the sounds of the language to make sure it sounds credible. And although Magani has all these different foundational languages in which it taps into, it's still a unique original language, and none of its words will be exactly the same as those languages. So I think the important question now is, how does Magani sound like? Well, I'm going to read an extract from you and you're going to read along with me. Let's give it a go. Imagine ka incha ya iwanje, zabancha ka Magani utandane, ye ufufunde. Na yeshu kukikabuina kukuina wa Josh na gugwenye wutu. Hibena bweja eba wa moro kamajimaji, zaigesha zuka ufundi ufuri. And so basically what I said is, welcome to the Magani language, and we hope you enjoy learning the new words and phrases, and it's fun, so journey with us. Now, some interesting rules about Magani. Firstly, the Z, the Z sound, is actually pronounced TH when it's the second syllable. On the first and the third and the fourth syllable, it remains the Z sound. So for example, the word for honey badger in Magani is Zimbila. That's, by the way, Josh's totem animal. Zimbila, as you can hear, the Z is pronounced. But with the word flood in Magani, you can hear it differs in the second syllable. And this is pronounced as Ungudaze. Ungu daze. So the second syllable's Z is TH, similar to Oshireru in Namibia. Other rules, it's actually very straightforward. There are central letters in the alphabet that are similar to English and Swahili. For example, the J sound remains the same. And then we talked about the Afrikaans grammar, and we're going to look at an example. When you want to say, please come here, in Magani, it's pronounced as Ngwenu muneka hoku. Ngwenu muneka hoku. And literally translated, it means, come please here. Kom asseblief hier, similar to Afrikaans. Some nice phrases that you can learn in the meantime. Sekungwenyo wajona. Hi there. Kayubo yotembe. How are you? I'm well. Ke incha ya yewanje. Thank you. Abende. And always do your best. Jijakora. Now some of my favorite words include kibebe. Now not being romantic now, no. It means lightning. Gunyo gunyo, which is butterfly. And then cricket, kriki kriki. And so it's a very lonely world if I'm the only speaker of Magani. So I want to encourage you, go to jungujosh.com, download the dictionary and learn Magani with me. And let's create a whole community of Magani speakers. And then just a side note, when you listen to the theme song of Jungu Josh, you'll also hear some Magani mixed with Afrikaans. Vemashine, that means comment below. Now you see, I also have to refer to the dictionary every now and then, and you should do the same. Go to jungujosh.com, download the dictionary. That's that for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And as we say in Magani, Mejenea nekungwenyana kuje. Stay well, stay intrigued. We'll see you next time.